Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty people, good afternoon. Welcome to Satoshi TV, aka Bitcoin SV TV, aka It's Just Bitcoin TV. So let's jump into it. Never a dull moment in crypto. Oh my goodness me, have you seen what is going on today? Yeah, let's just start with this. So first one, jeepers. Whale Farm token exit scams 99.99%. So this is what it said on their website. It said a whale farm. I mean, again, it just all this yield farming, whale farming. Oh my god. So it said farming just launched. Earn up to, check this, 7,217,848% annual percentage yield. Like, what an absolute joke. And it says stake BNB, so it's clearly on the Binance Smart Chain, which means it's there's a high possibility that it was always going to be a scam anyway. I mean, what a joke. What a joke. Mr. Crypto Whale has said here, Whale Farm token is the most recent scam to pull the rug on investors. It's estimated they stole over $2.3 million. Fully anonymous team promised a 7.2 million % in returns. Tokens are now down 99.99%. Twitter page deactivated, Telegram group deleted. Oh my god. Oh my god. And they've got an article on it right here in Crypto Potato. So let's have a look at this. Whaleform token crashes 99% in a $2.3 million rug pull. On Binance Smart Chain, would you believe it? You know, I mean, imagine all the investors going, oh yeah, we don't want regulation. Now it's just like, oh, I can't believe they stole all my money. You know, what do you want? But I mean, you're dealing with shitcoiners with shit for brains, you know, and a lot of them are a bunch of hypocrites, and I just can't be dealing with hypocrites. They're the most stupid people in the world. But I mean, look at this. The cryptocurrency space has seen another rug pull from a DeFi project that promised millions of percentages in return, and people believe they were going to get it. You know, it's like they almost believe they're going to get this because Bitcoin went up, however many million %, you know, and they'd never seen anything like it before. Whale Farm, a DeFi project with a fully anonymous team that launched farming days ago, has stolen over $2 million from investors in the latest rug pull in the space. Somewhat expectedly, its native cryptocurrency value plummeted by almost 100% in minutes. Launched earlier this month, Wellform started with high promises for investors, as it offered staking of numerous coins, including a Binance token, Binance USD, Tether, BTC, Ethereum, Cardano, DOT, and Link, to earn up to 7,217,848% annual percentage yield. Jeepers. Although this percentage sounds too good to be true, the project actually saw some growth, and its native coin, a whale farm token, surged in value. As it sometimes happens in the DeFi space, though especially when the promised returns are blown out of proportion, it turned out to be a scam. Surprise, surprise. As popular crypto commentator Mr. Whale pointed out, the warning signs were there. Apart from the 7 million APY promise, the team was definitely anonymous. The team was entirely anonymous. That same team has deleted the Twitter page in the official Telegram group, which could serve as proof that this was indeed a rug pull. Early estimations show that the stolen amount is around $2.3 million. As the graph below demonstrates, the Whale Farm token has dumped by almost 100% in minutes and currently still trades below 20 cents. As mentioned above, rug pulls in the cryptocurrency, and especially in the DeFi space, are now not uncommon. Crypto Potatoes reported multiple such examples in the past. One of them came from Turtle Dex, which drained $2.5 million in Binance coin. Before that was Meerkat Finance, which stole roughly $30 million in Binance USD and BNB from investors. And Uranium Finance was one of the most recent examples in late April, with about $50 million gone. Like, honestly, these, I'm almost lost for words, to be honest with you. You know, I sort of like want to criticize these people that went in on this, but, you know, I mean, we've all been gullible at some point, but I mean, you know, there's a limit, surely, but there just seems not to be, you know, at the moment. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. So, I mean, let's have a look at their website. Harvest lockup timer. You can collect your reward when the timer reaches 0. Pressing harvest will only send your rewards to the master chef, and they're all locked. I mean, this is why you need this is why you need to understand decentralization, so that there isn't this central point of authority to control or influence. This is the whole point of Bitcoin, as outlined and defined and described by Satoshi Nakamoto in the white paper. A chain of signatures holding everybody accountable, a locked protocol, a fixed supply, infinite scale, and competition in the form of proof of work. Without that, you always have a central point of authority controlling something. Proof of work is what dilutes that central point of authority and control over time. All these projects just starting up saying, oh yeah, we're DeFi. No, absolute scams. Total scams. You know what I mean? Maybe you get some gullible person looking at this going, oh, these must be really intelligent people. Look at all these things they've set up on this page. Oh, well, I'll give them some money. Maybe I'll get the same return that I'll get on Coolcoin BTC. You know, I mean, it's just insane. Look at this. So, Whale Farm on CoinGecko. Look at that. Right down. So that was literally today. So 2:35 PM in the morning when it crashed. So they would have exit scammed. Looks like they exit scammed at 9 PM yesterday and just carried on exit scamming until late in the night. Got $2.3 million in one go. I mean, it's just rife for criminalities. It's just so easy, and the rewards are massive, absolutely huge. You know, walking away with 2.3 million in a month. You know, I mean, it's just insane. But I mean, look at this. Look, you can see it's on Binance Smart Chain. Look, I wouldn't go anywhere near anything on Binance. Just Binance in general. You know, they're screwing their investors over. Then they've got this Binance Smart Chain. I mean, it's a completely centralized project. You know, I mean, it's just so ridiculous. But remember, you know, Craig's the biggest scammer in the space. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Like, jeepers. So, yeah, anyway. Next one. Check this out. So, this was Roy Murphy just pointing out the amount of hash rate being lost off BTC. So again, I'm more of a fundamentals person here, and this is more technical, so I always find this kind of interesting because I am learning. So he said here, lost another 3 exahashes in 30 minutes. Let's see what this is. Hash rate 60 exahashes so far. SHA-256. Okay. So and this was a reply to his own tweet where he said, today BTC hash rate dropped to the lowest it's been in over 2 years. Currently BTC's hash rate is 63.42 exahashes, down 64.3% from 177 exahashes just 2 weeks ago. It's showing no signs of stopping either. Average time between blocks has doubled to more than 22 minutes on average. Alright, let's just check that on CoinDarts quickly. See how this is looking. Can we expand that? See what that looks like on my screen here. There we go. So 14, 16, 58, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 1 hour. Well, you know, yeah, okay, well, bit beyond me seeing that, but I suppose I'm take his word for it for the time being. So yeah, let's bring this on. Same image. So in response to this, he said, so yeah, now below 60 exahashes, falling fast. I'm not making this up. BTC hash rate is now down 70%. 24-hour average times are now above 24 minutes as the hash rate continues to plummet. We're witnessing the beginning of a death spiral, potentially, question mark. I guess we'll find out over the next few hours, but so far this is an unprecedented drop. Still dropping. Average block time now below 25 minutes. This was reported day before yesterday. And Brendan has chirped in here, said the hash rate cannot adjust more than 75% down or 300% up. So if it drops more than 75%, the block times will not go back to 10 minutes for at least another adjustment cycle. It's when the hash drops so precipitously that it can't recover that the spiral takes place. So again, I mean, I'm not familiar with death spirals, but let's carry on here. Roy says, yes, I was just thinking the same thing, Brendan. The next difficulty adjustment is currently estimated to be less than 15%, which doesn't occur for another 4 days. I expect this figure to be much lower by Friday. And BitMetcher said there, I could be wrong, but the next adjustment is July 18th. July 8th. Roy said yes, as the block creation halves, the timeline to 2016 blocks gets further away. That's part of the spiral effect. Very interesting times. Wow, I mean, watch this space, people. Never a dull moment in crypto. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, next one then. This is reporting on this one. So Joshua Hensley just announced this. He said, announcing the sale of 1,000 newspapers of the morning run that include exclusive content from various leaders in the Bitcoin space. Oh, cool. And he said the content within the newspaper will only exist physically, not digitally. I want to thank all writers and artists who contributed to this project. A sneak preview of the front page. Redeem 1 token by 31st of the 8th. So that's August. At 4 p.m. UTC for one shipped copy of the newspaper. Please read the blog post for additional details. Shipping included and internationally. And a special thank you to Dr. Craig S. Wright, who generously contributed an exclusive article as well. Cool. Cool. Very cool indeed. Alright. The morning run. Why tokens are a big deal. That looked like quite a good thumbnail there, but I mean, crikey, Moses. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Let's see what this links to. The morning on physical newspaper sale. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see this one then. I'm pleased to announce that the sale of the first edition limited print physical copies of the Morning Run that include exclusive articles from various entrepreneurs and thought leaders in the Bitcoin space. The intent is that the content within the newspaper will only exist physically, never digitally. Sneak preview of the front page. Cool, loving that. I would like to thank all writers and artists who contributed to this project. Purchased to enjoy exclusive content from. Why tokens are a big deal by Isaac M. Morehouse, CEO of Crashco. Tokens, Value and Opportunity by Joshua Hensley himself, founder of the Morning Run. A guest contribution to the Soon Times. That's quite fun, and I do enjoy those sarcastic reports. The most trustless news in crypto. Overpromised, underdelivered. Impossible and Inevitable by Steve Patterson. Philosopher, author, and host of Patterson and Pursuit. Opportunity Cost by Kurt Wottig Jr. Chief Bitcoin Historian at CoinGeek. The Rise of the Micropreneur by Liam Chai. Node Limited by Meme Reserve. Money as the Measured Stick by Conor Murray, founder and CEO of Brightview. Survival of the Fittest by Daniel Krauwitz. And of course, What is the Purpose of Token by Dr. Craig S. Wright, Chief Scientist at Enchain. Last but not least, the newspaper will contain an exclusive comic-style doodle from none other than Satoshi Doodles. The sale will take place on ReliX Exchange in the form of fungible tokens, where one token is redeemable for one shipped physical copy of the newspaper. Cool! 1,000 tokens will be available for purchase at an initial price of 1,000 tokens for 0.75 BSV each. Price includes shipping. It's quite expensive. The product will be shipped internationally. This means that a maximum of 1,000 copies of this first edition of the newspaper can be printed, and thus will ever exist. Tokens mean that a maximum of 1,000 copies of this first edition of the newspaper can be printed, and thus will ever exist. I just read that. Tokens must be redeemed by 4 p.m. UTC on August 31st, 2021, without exception, in order to receive a physical copy. Tokens will be freely traded on the open market. Should they sell out, a secondary market will be allowed to form. Again, I want to emphasize that one token is redeemable for one physical copy of the newspaper, regardless of the price paid for the token. Any tokens not sold will have their orders cancelled, and tokens be destroyed after 31st of August, 4 p.m. UTC. To redeem your tokens, please follow these steps. Purchase token at RelayX. Send the tokens to Morning Run at RelayX. Let myself know the following via aconstack.com. Contact us. Your PayMail that you sent the token from, transaction ID of sent token, and your name and shipping address. No refunds will be given, no exceptions. All responsibility to redeem is on the purchaser. By purchasing this token, you agree to the terms laid out in this document. Oh, cool! It's novelty. Certainly, given that, just people having fun in crypto. Yeah, quite enjoy that. So let's just have a look at going back to this hash rate then. So I went there from here. So China crackdown shows industrial Bitcoin mining a problem for decentralization. The great hash rate plunge caused by an exodus of miners from China shows large-scale proof-of-work mining facilities are vulnerable to regulation. Bitcoin's reliance on large-scale mining infrastructure and geographic concentration has been thrown into sharp relief by China's recent mining crackdown. In May, China announced that it would be getting tough on crypto mining and trading as a response to financial risks. The nation's crackdown on crypto is not new. Rather, it's a reiteration of previous standings on the risk of digital currency to economic stability in response to recent price fluctuations. For the first time, cryptocurrency miners are being targeted to enforce the existing guidelines. Mining hardware still represents a potential risk, even if miners move to other locations. This could prove that the Ethereum blockchain's switch to proof of stake, which is a completely centralized project and utterly worthless as money, it has no economic value in that whatsoever, which can run on consumer-grade equipment, is more reliable path to decentralization and offers greater resilience against such risks. Oh dear, it's a completely centralized project, which means there's no value as money. Crackers. So Corecoin mining is resilient on large-scale industrial cryptocurrency mining farms and has been largely concentrated in China, which accounts for around 65% of the global hash rate. The manufacturer of custom hardware in China has supported this trend, with 1 in 2 ASIC miners produced being distributed to Chinese miners. The crackdown has caused significant turmoil in Bitcoin markets. The Bitcoin network hash rate has dropped to a 12-month low, with more provinces directing miners to shut down. Uncertainty about what may happen with confiscated mining hardware has hit the overall network hard. This is a massive loss to what was a multi-billion-dollar industry for Chinese miners. I wonder if that's why there's so many second-hand miners on the market, because Chinese miners are just shutting down. Maybe they're shutting up shop, selling up. Who knows? China's policy position on Coolcoin seeks financial stability and social order, and is possibly the result of geopolitical interests related to the desire to remove competitors to its own national digital currency, the digital yuan. In addition to its stated goals of lowering carbon emissions, the redirecting energy towards other industries. The swift crackdown has shown that Coolcoin's resilience to industrial-scale mining farms, hardware supply chains and electricity, all of which are reliant on government policies, may be its Achilles heel. Miners are now seeking to migrate to cool climates, cheap energy, and crypto-friendly jurisdictions. This may open up healthy competition for other crypto-friendly policy positions in other jurisdictions to attract industry participants. As we've seen, for example, with Wyoming's embrace of legislation friendly to decentralized autonomous organizations and crypto in general. Yet it is unclear whether moving the hardware will keep it out of the reach of policy crackdowns. Are we decentralized yet? Hardware has always been a major vulnerability in decentralized infrastructure. In blockchain-based cryptocurrency networks that run on proof of work, consensus algorithms such as a Coolcoin and commonly agreed record of transactions relies on a distributed network of computers. This is vulnerable to structural exploitations, including centralizations of hardware mining in industrial-scale factories in certain geographies such as China. Permitting cryptocurrency with upgrade hardware that is not yet available to the broader market, such as new model ASICs or supply chain delays. Having a majority of hashing power concentrated in one country, reliant on expensive hardware setups and subject to regulatory crackdowns, is antithetical to the decentralized ethos of Bitcoin that was outlined by Satoshi Nakamoto. The initial version of Bitcoin in its white paper was a peer-to-peer system, whereby infrastructure could be run by individuals on general-purpose computer in a distributed way via CPU mining, so that the entire network could not be shut down by targeting a single point of failure. This may also show why Ethereum's move to proof-of-stake consensus is important, oh dear, and no understanding of economics there, and why it has the potential to be more reliable and decentralized in the long term. Attacking a proof-of-stake network is more costly and in time and money than the cost of hiring or buying hardware to attack proof-of-work blockchains, as an attacker's coins can be automatically slashed. Yeah, get the rest of it. You know what I mean? They just don't understand the economics of Bitcoin, which is pretty amazing, really. So this hash rate has dropped. So Shanghai Man, China retains mining control, ? Alipay's ancient NFTs and Amber's big raise. A look at miners shifting hardware overseas. Amber raises $100 million and Bitmain temporarily shuts down sales among dropping hash rate sales. So this weekly roundup of news from mainland China, Taiwan and Hong Kong attempts to create the industry's most important news, including influential projects, changes in the regulatory landscape and enterprise blockchain integrations. So low you've got to reach up to touch the bottom. This week in China felt like one giant mining farm size pile of FUD. This is usually a pretty good indication that the bottom is close to being in, but one can never be too sure when it comes to downward volatility in cryptocurrency. Canna, one of the largest mining companies in China, announced it was setting up shop in neighbouring Kazakhstan. This is an ideal compromise for Canna, as it can remain close to China while mitigating their regulatory risk. Reading between the lines, it seems like the plan is to mostly continue administration of the company from China while sending the machines overseas. This would put a wrench in the works for Corecoin purists who believe that the crackdowns are a good way to break up China's dominance in the mining industry. Just this week, a professor at university in Singapore wrote in Chinese that the shift to a more decentralized network would be a good thing. This raised some eyebrows for the use of a made-up word that translates roughly to de-Chinaization. But the article holds even less weight when large mining companies like Canna are able to shift physical equipment overseas but still remain in control of the governance. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, right? I've been going for 25 minutes and my voice is going hoarse. I've got an interview with Patrick Thompson tomorrow, so I'm just going to save my dorsal tones and leave it there and rest my voice for the rest of the evening. Anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Keep an eye on the hash rate. Keep up to date with crypto Twitter and all that. Let me know of any important updates that you come across. And yeah, catch you guys later. Take it easy. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.